There's zombies in the walls. I keep hearing them underneath my base. Where are they? Aha! Found you. These guys have been annoying me for days. Yeah, I've got all these caves under my base and I really need to light them up. Anyway, that's a task for another time. Welcome back to the series. If you're new here, this is my series where I'm trying to play Minecraft at a slower pace. I miss the kind of Minecraft YouTube that I grew up with, and so I'm trying to sort of recreate that feeling from back in the day of a Minecraft series without any sort of real plan. Now, having said that, I think over the next couple of episodes we've really got to get towards going to the Nether. But for the time being, I want to keep working on my base and getting some infrastructure set up. So the first task today, and as you can see I've already gathered some resources, is to build a little barn to store all my crops in. And I mean, it also adds to the aesthetic of the farm that I'm sort of going for here. So I've marked out a little bit of space up here on the hill, and yeah, I think I'm going to build a sort of wood-beamed barn here. Now my plan is for it to look a little bit sort of run down, but not abandoned, just well used, you know? Kind of like the farmhouse that I built in the first place. Just something that looks like it's been here for a while. Okay, I just cut out a long bit of time where I was gathering resources, and I think I just lost all my stuff to lava. I don't know, I was going caving for copper and yeah, it doesn't look good. Oh, here it is. Please tell me my stuff survives. Oh no, this doesn't look good. Oh, I've lost almost everything. What an idiot. I don't think I can live without an enchanted set of tools, so I'm going to have to go and get a bunch more XP and, yeah, get back in the enchanting room. I need to improve this skeleton farm. I have been here for hours waiting to get enough XP. Right, back at base, let's get down in the basement and see what enchantments we can get. Our little copper guy looks like he's oxidizing. Huh, I didn't realise they did that. Okay, right, pickaxe. I'll take that. That is perfect, right off the bat. I'm breaking through, it's alright. Oh, I was hoping for another enchantment with that. Why is it that my hoe has to get the best enchantments? That's just ridiculous. And I only get one on the sword as well. That is absurd. I can't believe that I've only got lucky with the hoe there. Maybe I'll go and make some books, see if I can get anything else. Actually, now I think about it, maybe I should make another diamond pickaxe to combine with my very broken one that I've already got. I mean, I have the levels to spare, so I might as well give it a go. And what do we get? Oh, silk touch and efficiency. I think that's good. Actually, that means I can combine my old one with the first new one I enchanted and get fortune and efficiency 4. That's great. Okay, diversion completed. Now I can get back to what I was actually supposed to be doing with this episode, building my lovely barn. So I don't want this to be massive. I'm thinking maybe about 10 blocks across the front and 20 blocks deep, something like that. And I'm planning to use this spruce wood for pillars and beams, and then a whole variety of brown blocks as the roof. So I've got bricks and andesite and mud at the moment. I like the layout of these logs, but I think stripping them will make it look better. Yeah, I just prefer the texture. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but the spruce wood texture is quite harsh, I find. The stripped one is a lot more subtle, in my opinion. But yeah, so this is what I'm thinking, just half slabs on different levels for the roof, and I'll probably add a bit of variance between the levels to make them look a bit more wonky and quirky and used. I need to figure out bees at some point, because I'm going to get really sick of having to, what's the word? Shearing these blocks. I don't think that's the right word, but it's close enough. I think you probably know what I mean. Yeah, I think the oxidization mechanic is pretty cool, but it's a bit of a faff that I have to go and find honeycomb to wax these things. I don't know, I wish there was an easier way about it. Okay, that's both sides of the roof done, and I'm pretty happy with how they've turned out. I think the middle bit I'm going to raise up a couple of blocks just to sort of separate it from the sides. Yep, and give it a nice peak at the centre. And what do we think of that? Yeah, I'm happy with how that's looking. It's got that sort of rustic aesthetic that I'm going for. And now it's just finishing up details on the ground. So I'm going to use deep slate walls around the edges and detail with the copper trapdoors that I've got placed all over the place. Oh, that's interesting. I thought they were going to have to be powered like iron trapdoors, but it seems like they're just normal trapdoors. And another detail here, I'm just going to put a little crane on the front holding up a cauldron. Just think it sort of gives it a bit of visual interest, you know? And a nice brick floor on the inside. Some hay bales thrown about as well. Right, let's get over to the other side of the field and see what we think. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's got the nice cosy vibe that I'm going for. And the one last thing that I want to do to sort of ground it in the world is add some power lines connecting it to my house. I think eventually I'll probably build some kind of power supply for these, but for the moment I just want to connect them up so they look a bit more like they're part of the same world, you know? I think I'm going to use a mix of copper and iron chains and bars to create the actual power lines. Let's see, does that look the right sort of height? Maybe it's a bit tall. Yeah, that's better. I'm happy with that. And I want to add a bit of sway to the power lines so they look more natural. I'm not sure the chains actually look so good there. Might have to end up using just bars for the whole thing. Yeah, it's a shame. If it was like just a straight line, I think the chains would look better, but given that I'm trying to make it more natural, I just don't think it works. Yeah, it looks a lot better with just the bars. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to have to find something else to do with all these chains. I think I found a use for one of the chains. I'm going to connect one to the ground here, so it looks like it's a buried cable going under the earth. I don't know what it would connect to, but it just looks nice, you know? Okay, I think the power lines are looking good. But in the same sort of idea of wanting to just ground this place, I think a couple of trees here would connect the builds up nicely. I don't want them to be too big because I don't want them to distract from the barn, but just a couple of little... Yeah, that'll do. Just a couple of sort of pine trees, I guess. They just look nice. And now for something I saw from a YouTuber who I'm really sorry I can't remember their name, but just using the tall grass all over the place to make the terrain look a bit sort of fluffier and more natural. Breaks up the texture of the blocks really nicely. I'm also thinking one day I might come back and replace a lot of these grass blocks with moss, but that's a problem for another day. Okay, we had a bit of a recording issue, but we're back. And I think this is all looking great. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this has turned out. Now, I do have one more objective for the episode. I'm going to build a nether portal. Now, of course, the first step to that is going to be going out and grabbing some obsidian. I know that there is a ruined nether portal over here. Let's just grab as much of this as possible. Nether portal wasn't enough. I know there's a lava lake around here somewhere, but I'm not quite sure where. That looks like the glow of lava to me. Okay, 46 obsidian ought to be enough. Normally I'd just build like a 4x6 nether portal, regular size, but I feel like doing something different this time. And I have just the spot for it. Over this hill behind my house there's a little valley, and I think this would be the perfect place for a nether portal. Now, I don't have much of a plan going into this, but I'm thinking maybe sort of temple-y, abandoned, historic site kind of style. Maybe a little bit buried in the hillside and hidden away sort of thing. But to start with, I'm just going to lay out the actual size of the portal. So I'm thinking 6 blocks wide and 10 tall should probably do it. Yeah, that really fits the space well. Hang on a second. He's got the flint. I've been looking for that. I couldn't figure out where I'd put it. Evidently, I'd put it in the copper chest. I'm going to make an effort to build a path up the side of this hill too. I want to replace all this gravel with grass eventually, so. And going down to the portal, a nice set of stairs, I think. And the same going up to the portal. Okay, I've gathered all the deep slate that I have left, and I'm just going to make a whole variety of blocks, tiles and bricks, just so I have options of what blocks to build with. And I'm thinking a couple of big pillars on either side, kind of like the entrance to a temple, you know, something Greek or Roman style. I want it to look imposing and also like it's been here for a long time. So I'm going to mix in a few stairs and a few cobbled deep slate just to break up the texture and make it look like it's crumbling a little bit. And I don't know what it's called, but this triangle shape at the top, really sort of classic temple styling. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think that's a nice shape. Well proportioned. And I'm going to use some stairs to add a bit of intricacy to it, kind of like a... I think the word is frieze? Like the statues that you get on the top of temples. I don't know, maybe I'm talking rubbish here. And just like with the columns, I'm going to break up the texture here with some cobble as well, just to make it really look ancient. And stepping back, we have our shape. You can see I've left a little face up at the top there. I'm thinking I might use some nether materials, maybe quartz, gold, lava even, I'm not sure, just to add a pop of colour to it. And the same here on the floor, I want to use some quartz brick. But to get those, I'll have to go to the nether, and I'm afraid that is not this episode's jurisdiction. That will be next time. So all that's left is for me to say thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all the rest of it, and I'll catch you in the next one.